Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When you're tuned in, you're with Lady Business and Give It to the People Radio, where you're going to get enlightened, enhanced, empowered, and enriched. Make sure that you always tune in to Give It to the People Radio.
Hello, everybody. Can I have your attention, please? All right. I would like to present to you all the alignment panel. We have Chisa Pennix-Brown of Give It to the People. All right. Cierra Graham of Glams of Graham.
That's it.
Had to get it right. All right. Ashleigh Crawley of Still Shots Photography. And Jennifer Nealey of Hair Flavor. I'm sorry. Yes.
You know he's nervous. It's okay. All right. Like, this is literally the first time, so I'm excited about that. So thank you so much. And anybody that knows me knows I bring the tambourine out, and so I'm going to introduce her now. Her name is Tammy Tambourine Brown.
Yes.
Okay. So Tammy comes out because when people say some good stuff, we need to highlight it. So if you've seen Give It to the People, when we do the live version, we do it when we record people, and then we do it in real life as well. And so the new season of Give It to the People will be starting back next week, and we're going to move to a different platform. So I'll tell you guys about Fanbase. I don't know if you know about it, but Fanbase is one of the first social media platforms that is going to help us to monetize our content. So it is built with the sense that people will subscribe to the content that you put out. And they can subscribe, a month, a week, they can do it, it's multiple different ways, but Fanbase is also raising funds right now, and they're on a platform that allows them to be able to let people invest. So the investment period is open right now. And so we will be investing in that, because one of the things that we know is that streams of income, ownership in something does make a difference. And if you could have gotten into Facebook when it first started, what would your life be like now?
Right.
Y'all wouldn't even know me. Y'all would be like, I'm on an island in Mars. So I just want to kind of let you know about that. So, the thing is to put yourself in the best possible position for you to be able to monetize what you do. Like, that's the whole reason why we're here. So instead of doing it for free on Instagram, we'll be moving to Fanbase, and that is actually going to start with mentorship on Sunday. But, we're also going to do Give It to the People Live. We'll be on that platform. So that this way you'll have it, and then we'll share it to the other platforms afterwards. But when we talked about the CALM method, and the A part of that is alignment, right? I feel like if you are going to be in alignment, that you have to understand that there are other people that help you to be in alignment. And one of the things that I love is a fan. So for 2022, y'all know normally I bring my fan out. Have y'all seen the fan? So this is Phantasma. So this is my new fan for 2022. Phantasma. And Ashleigh said that she was hot, and she's right, she's hot. So Ashleigh, you are the first person that gets to use Phantasma, okay? In the new year, all right? So you go ahead, you and Phantasma enjoy yourselves, all right?
Yes, honey.
So I just feel like this year we got to go bigger and better, right? Like we could simplify it, but we need to go bigger and better this year. And one of the ways that you go bigger and better is that you understand that in order for you to be successful, that you need a team. You just do. We try to do so much stuff by ourselves, and I'm going to be honest, these three are why I'm still here, still looking good, and been looking good through the whole entire pandemic, okay? When you couldn't go out into the world, okay, they're so sexy. When you couldn't go out into the world, I could go to these ladies because each of them has their own business. Each of them has been in business for years, very reputable, highly recommended, but they all have small individual studios. And they've all been able to grow their businesses because of the fact that they provide quality service over top of anything else, right? So one of the things that I like was, I know when I go there, it's typically only me and maybe one other person, so it made me feel safe throughout the whole entire time. So ladies, I want to ask you, if you had one word to tell people about entrepreneurship, about your journey, about what people need in order to be successful, what would that be? What understanding would that be? And it could be like a negative or a positive. Now, I want Jennifer to go first, because Jennifer said a word to me yesterday. I had to get fresh for y'all yesterday.
Yeah.
My new colors. So she said a word to me yesterday, and I told her, I need you to bring that same energy to the Give It to the People Small Biz Summit. So Jennifer, tell them the word that you told me yesterday that people need to understand about building a team and being successful in business.
So, hey y'all. So I told Chisa that I wanted to cancel the word self-made. I hate it. Nobody is self-made. Somebody made a way for you, no matter where you are. No matter if you started your business, yes, hair is my talent. But guess what? Somebody made them curling irons. Somebody made that oil. Somebody showed me how to silk that hair out. Like, yes, I have a natural talent for it. That's my God-given talent. But there were other people that came before me. And I even have mentees now that, I've helped, I've mentored. And now I see all over social media, I'm self-made, I did this by myself. None of us did it by ourselves. And so, not that you can't take the credit for your talent and what you've done, but let's not ever forget to still pay homage to the people that came before us that started this thing out, because you have to have a team. And I'm getting older. I'm not trying to be standing behind that chair forever. So therefore, I'm trying to give the knowledge to the younger girls of not just how to make hair look good, but how to run your business and still be in business. Because there's a lot of people in the hair industry, they start out, they think they're just going to make quick, fast money. They don't understand how to run the business. They don't understand customer service. It's not just about looking good. And sometimes you have to reach out to other people to help you, which is what I did. And I still love those people. I still have people that reach back up to me for information, and I give it freely because I can't do all the hair. I don't even want to do all the hair. Some people, I'm like, I'm booked, honey, whole day open. I don't want to be bothered with you. But, hey, I choose who I service. But yeah, let's cancel self-made and realize that it took somebody to get you where you were.
Woo, I love that. All right, so Cierra, I want to go to you next. When you talk about stepping out on your own and creating something, one of the things that I could say is Cierra will listen and she will do. And I think that is one of the strengths of a mentee, which then can turn you into a great mentor. And I tell Cierra all the time, now I might tell you something to do and you may not do it. It might be a week, it might be a month from now, but if it's something that's beneficial, it's going to get done. And one of the things that I love about her is her level of discernment about what she really does want to do with the goal. So can you talk to them a little bit about kind of choosing, what you want to do in order to be successful, but then also how you've, used mentorship to help you grow your business?
The main thing is being true to yourself. Don't try to fake and do what everybody else is doing, because it's not going to come off as authentic. They may have a blueprint of it and you can pick and choose of what you need, but just solely copying somebody, it's not going to work. Find that thing that you absolutely love. Whatever you wake up thinking about, go to sleep thinking about, that's your passion, and follow that. And I just believe that God will make room for you and your gift, and follow that. And my word would be forward. Just move forward. Anytime you slip up, make a mistake, whatever, just keep going forward, because that's a mistake, yes, or it may be like a setback, but later on, you're going to need that very information that you feel like was a mistake, and that'll help you with some other issue or some other client, if you are in customer service, that you can actually keep that client and keep getting that shmoney, okay? So no mistake is a mistake, and just keep on going forward, and just be yourself of all things. Like, I just didn't think that people would support me because I was just doing makeup. But honestly, people come for you. There's a million makeup artists in the world, but I'm separated because I am me. I like soft glam. I don't like all them cut crease glitters and all that other stuff. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, like, where do I fit in this mold? You don't fit in a mold. And that's the issue. We try to put ourselves in a puzzle where we don't fit in, because we are not meant to fit in. God has made you to stand out, so just stand out.
Yes, yes.
All right, quotables. Okay, so Ashleigh, one thing about Ashleigh, consistency out the wazoo, okay? But I think that one of the strongest things is recognizing that you do need help, and you have hired an assistant.
Yes.
Can you tell people how that has transcended to where you are able to do, I don't even want to tell y'all the number, but I'm going to let her tell you the number because I read her email the other day. Please tell them how, in a pandemic, in a Panamera, in a Panorama,
Right.
in a
Omarion.
in a Omarion,
But God is
in a
omnipresent.
COVIDian situation, when people's businesses were closing, please tell them how many individual photo shoots you did last year. And mind you, some of these are weddings, so they're not like just a couple of shots, right? How many photo shoots you did last year, and how impactful it was for you to hire somebody to help take that strain off to build your team.
Yes. Okay. So last year, drum roll, please.
Okay, I'm ready.
Still shots photography in the middle of a pandemic was able to do over 500 sessions.
Hello.
It's only 365 days in a year.
We were working that thing. We were trying to, of course, you know, I say that, but listen, the shock of it all, when I came out of it and I looked at the, you know, insight and analytics, I was like, good gracious. I mean, I was really thrown back. And this year we did over 550 sessions. So we exceeded that number because, of course, the world opened up a little bit more. But we definitely were able to keep everyone safe. Like she said, my studio is small. So we put a lot of the CDC safety guidelines, keeping everything cleaned and aired out, and, you know, just try to do our part in staying, you know, socially distanced from our clients, which I know you're probably like, well, as a photographer, how does that work? We use the Zoom lenses and we keep our distance. So yeah, that was that. And then I have been in business for over 25 years. So in that process, I was a one-woman show. I was the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. That was me. She is I. So that was a lot. And then I realized I am getting older, my body is getting older, and I need help. And what does that look like as an entrepreneur? Because I was really intimidated by, like, well, I don't want to have to try to, you know, give people tax forms at the end of the year. And, you know, it's a lot of onboarding that you have to do to, you know, bring people on, and that's just a risk. So I was like, I have to do something different. And so I decided to jump out there and hire just a small step, not necessarily bring on extra photographers, but I was like, I at least need an assistant to help me with admin and editing. And that just changed the game. I mean, it completely changed the game for me. It freed up time in my life to be able to, of course, be a wife to my husband, and I homeschool my daughter. She's 7 years old, so of course she was requiring a lot more of my attention. I couldn't just sit her in a corner and be like, do this coloring book, you know? But yes, it has definitely changed the game. And as an entrepreneur, when you realize that you are getting to the point where you can't be the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, then you do have to realize, like, what things can I outsource? You know, even if that's not necessarily bringing on an assistant, right before Akia came on, I was actually outsourcing a little of my editing process to some companies. You may have heard of Fiverr, things like that. So when it got completely overwhelming, I would outsource a little bit of my editing to them, just to kind of be able to come up from out of the water and breathe.
But building a team, having an assistant has definitely been able to be one of the things that help you grow, to be able to reach those numbers.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't know who wants to take this. This is going to be like one of those round robin kind of things. Whoever wants to answer, just go ahead and answer. What would you say has been one of the most impactful things that has helped you to grow in your business?
I would say just being unapologetically, authentically myself. Because some people say, like, I literally just got a TV in the salon a year ago. I never had a TV because I always wanted the atmosphere to be a girlfriend's networking environment. And so, people they would ask, why don't you have a TV? Everybody else have a TV. Girl, we talking here, and it's a family in here. And one of my longtime clients, she can tell you back there, like, we just talked and everybody talked. So I like the fact that no matter what day you come in, it's like, oh, hey girl, how you doing? And then I have people that have become friends, people who have tutored other people's children, and I feel like people feel safe in there. And they also feel safe because I'm just not, when people say, oh, you go to the salon and, you get therapy and, you just kind of dump. Well, at one point I was feeling like I was the dumpster. And I was like, shoot, I ain't taking all this stuff. I'm talking too. So then I started talking about my stuff. I'm like, shoot, I got doctors and therapists and Chisas. I'm like, well, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. I'm telling them, now, you have a sense of discernment. So you know who you can talk to and who you can't talk to and who you can tell more personal things to. But I got comfortable with allowing my clients to know who I was as a person. And I have married women who've been married for 30 years. Well, I've been married for 7. So I talk about, girl, tell me this. What do you think? And so then you draw a better connection with your clients, and so because like Cierra said, it's somebody that does hair around every corner. But it's the connection that my clients have to me that continues to bring them back, because it's not like what I do someone else couldn't do. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm good at what I do now.
She is, because I don't know. I mean, it's not that many around here that's throwing that color like you throwing that color, though. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is natural hair for the last 7 years. And she looked like a relaxer, so I'm just saying, everybody can't do that, ma'am.
But I do understand that it's not that I'm the only one could do that. So I'm grateful to God that he gave me that gift. But I totally understand that it's the connection that I make with my clients that continue to bring them back to just me.
Yes.
Okay, so Ashleigh, I want to ask you this specifically. The branding aspect of things, because part of what you do is, if people can do weddings and they can do their headshots, but the branding aspect, product photos. One of the things that I could say that I think that you do an excellent job at is your Instagram, as far as your stories. Like, you're constantly putting something up, showing people your work. How has that affected your numbers as far as people wanting to come in and saying, I saw something and I would love for you to be my photographer?
So, of course, right now, social media is just a visual, especially specifically Instagram, because that's the playground I like to go to, okay? Facebook is fabulous, Twitter is fabulous, but I hang out on the playground of Instagram, okay? And so Instagram works for me because it's such a visual platform. And so people who come there, they may not necessarily want to read your post, but they don't mind looking at a video, or they don't mind looking at a picture and then engaging that way. So for me, I do a lot of time lapse during my sessions, and that's just kind of like a quick, fast way to show you just a quick little snippet into what a 30-minute session looks like with me, or a 15-minute session, what that looks like with me. So I think that gives people a chance to see, like, I don't have you just standing there and say, pose. I'm guiding you through it. And to see that repetition over and over and over again, I think that brings confidence to the client who may be unsure of, like, do I really want to, invest in photography because I'm not, I don't like being in front of the camera and that's not my thing. And I'm like, no, if it's more in front of your face, the more you see it, the more comfortable you become. And I do have clients who just say, hey, I follow you on Instagram and I saw how you work with your clients and that's what I'm looking for. And so that's what has really grown my business, because it may not necessarily be the first time that they see me that they'll call immediately and make an appointment, but the more they follow me, the more it's, in front of them, then they decide to call. And I have grown a lot. I would say the majority of my clientele now is word of mouth, and then second, Instagram. And then they come from Instagram.
And y'all know in the salon, people always ask you everything. So the first time I got shot by Ashleigh was like 2 years ago personally. I've been sending Ashleigh people for like 10 years. Like, just knowing her, seeing her, like, oh no, this is where you need to go to Ashleigh, from me seeing her work personally. So it does work.
Thank you.
Ooh, I love that. All right, so Cierra, one thing that I love, and when I decided to try to make this transition from doing lady business, this is what happens to people. If you're really good at what you do, people will know it, and people will tell other people. And then what happens is sometimes you become super synonymous with whatever your business is. But raise your hand if you felt like you were more than that one business, and maybe you wanted to do another business, you wanted to change into something, you were multifaceted. I think that what happens is people want to tell you, and it's not a wrong thing, to stick to just one thing. Stick to the one thing that's going to make you money, but then do the other things. So I want to encourage you this year to do more things. If you have something else that you're led to do, get that money first, and then do the other things, and then you will see that you'll be a happier person. So this one right here, Cierra Graham, I don't know if you follow her, but you better get on that Grams of Glam. So she does these videos, and she is doing more lifestyle-driven things. Can you tell them about your videos and how you're using voiceovers and your personality to really kind of pull people into your business?
Because that's another thing, like when I was just saying, like, you are your business. I'm an introverted extrovert, so you'll get like the reserved side, but then when you actually get to know me, like, it's just like this burst of energy that just goes all over the place. And I noticed like people were gravitating toward my personality, but I wasn't really showing my personality because, like, girl, I don't know you. So I started doing it on videos because it just worked. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously these people really want to know me for real, but I really don't be knowing people for real because I don't know you like that for real. So in a video, I can get that out to you, and I always get like, oh, I feel like you my cousin, or I feel like you my sister, or something like that. And it makes me very personable to people, and so that kind of drew people to me, not even knowing what I was doing, because I just did funny videos that had nothing to do with makeup. And then they actually seen that I did makeup, and it was like, oh, wait, so you do makeup too? Okay, let me book you, Pooh. So that was just pretty much how that kind of worked. And again, I am my business. People come for you. So that was pretty much how that went.
Yes, she is hilarious, okay?
And my life is lit, child. So.
Is it? Okay. So she will describe stuff to you. She is hilarious. She does all kinds of different voiceover things. And so I would just strongly say to please watch these crazy videos.
Okay,
and just understand that you can, just understand that you can, y'all are so silly, that you can do more, right? And that it just doesn't have to be just one version of whoever people thought you were. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you want to change this year, then this is the time to change. You want to give them a little something extra, give them a little something extra. I'm going to be honest, I decided this year y'all was going to get a little bit more tater tots, okay? That was, felt like, somebody was like, oh girl, did you mean to have that button down there? And I say, yes. I meant to have that button down there, right? Like I might have buttoned it up one more button beforehand, but I'm like, it's 2022, get a little tot, right? It's not going to hurt anybody. So, when you start to think about the things that you do, you have to bring those things into your business. And I would strongly suggest that you find a team, build a team of people that, and this is the key word, y'all ready for the key word? That complement what you do. Okay? Because the thing is, we don't all do the same thing, but all of us do, in some way, shape, or form, beauty. All of us do lifestyle. All of us do personality, but we can build off of what the other one does, and it allows us to all be able to send people to each other within our own little network of 4 people and continue to help support each other in their business. So I'm going to suggest that for your alignment for this year, for you to build your own small little team. It could be 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, and you can have multiple teams, because maybe there's a team that works for this side of your business and there's a team that works for another side of your business, right? So just think about that and build your own team. Now, have you guys enjoyed this panel?
Yes. All right, give it up for all of the ladies today on the alignment panel. Woo, woo, woo!
Thank you so much for listening to Give It to the People Radio. Make sure that you follow us online at ladybusiness.com, LadyBizness. We look forward to helping you grow, sustain, and maintain your business.